Hi everyone. Hello. So I'm glad to see all of you here in Minsk, in Beijing Hotel. And I want to start with a simple question. What is Wialon? Any ideas? Someone? Anyone? Someone? Maybe Aleksey. You are like a parent of Wialon. What is it?
So Wialon consists of letters, and letters means we are not alone.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you, great idea, thank you. Sorry, I have another variant. I believe in Wialon is a telematic platform, and you get it together with the number of so-named apps, web apps, and API. Integration, maybe change microphone. You get it together with apps and API for integration, creating separate apps or even niche solutions. And I'm a head of labs team that develop apps and niche solutions in Gurtam. My name is Aleksey Shmigelski. Once more time? Okay. So, indeed, nowadays in Gurtam, we have separate team that develops apps for Wialon. And you can wonder, is it the best way? Maybe better to get all our developers, put them all together to Wialon, and make Wialon much better than it is now, and much more efficient, and more performance. Why not? And there is only one problem. We already tried this approach. And I was part of that team. And unfortunately, it works not so efficiently as we imagine. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, our main goal is reliability toward our users. And when modifying Wialon, it's not so easy to achieve this goal. For example, in previous several years, we several times made useful interface updates, sometimes even barely noticeable, but very useful. And still not all users were happy with it. Today we understand all the complexity of remaking screenshots, rewriting manuals and instructions, and reteaching end customers used to old version. And nowadays we choose only those functionality and features that stress everyone as minimal as possible. Another problem, another wall we face when we're trying to add something to Wialon is its nowadays complexity. You know, Wialon is not an easy system, right? It has a lot of options, checkboxes, like settings. And when you come to us with a new idea, and when you ask us to implement new feature, most of them are coming with another checkbox, another option, and another setting, and make Wialon even more complex than it is now. Last moment I want to point is Wialon distribution all over the world. Today we work on all continents, almost all, and we are really proud of it. But from other side, sometimes it's not so easy because some feature for Russian-speaking region can confuse partners from Africa or America. And somewhere like 6 years ago, monitoring tracking systems provided so-named basic functionality. You know, vehicle on map, track player, and so on. And during time, together with growing, market growing, technologies, functionality of monitoring tracking system grows up rapidly. And that was a time that we first time faced the question, what have we choose? all-in-one Wialon, solid platform, or basic functionality in Wialon and together with apps. And at that time, we decided choose a way of apps. It was something like 6 days ago, and we move in this way. But time to time, we ask ourselves this question again, and if you have your opinion, if you want to discuss it, you can visit Alexander Kushino's workshop and share your opinion about this question. But now, Labs Group, I head of, develop apps for Wialon through simple actualizer and track player, through sensor layer and dashboard, to such application as logistics and Nimbus. And I want to talk a little bit about these huge apps we're proud of. Since previous conference in Minsk, we added a lot of features to logistics. We made tons of updates. First of all, previous year, just after conference, previous year, we released so-named version 2 with possibility to add order to existing route. After it, during the year, we made 6 more updates. Each of them added new functions and made app more stable. In the beginning of this summer, we released so-named version 3 with significant changes on server side. And like previous speaker said, it's invisible for you, but it's a huge job. And I want to note some changes, the most important changes for the last year. And first of them are map supervisors. We added Google Map support and Yandex Map support for logistics. For now, you can use Google Maps for all functionality, like geocoding, search addresses, and routing. And Yandex Maps only for routing, for geocoding, due to technical limitations from their side. We are working on it, but when we face limits from a provider side, we cannot do anything. Working with routes makes now works with routes are more comfortable. We added bulk operations for routes. Also, you can now change unit on existing route in logistics. And for situations where orders have to be visited periodically, every day or every week, we added route templates. And now you can create route template one time and use it when you need it. And we spend a lot of time for optimization. Even if our application is fast, we are trying to make it as fast as possible. And for example, well-known maybe optimize method that is used to find optimal way in logistics. After changing server-side logic and redistribution server power and move it to another server, this method works faster, works five times faster, 5 times. So it's impossible, minute instead of 5 minutes. And we're proud of it. And we're moving in this direction in future. Also, I want to note that all these changes are compatible with Wialon Local 2. Another application I want to speak about is Nimbus. In previous year, in September, we introduced this solution for public transport control. Please raise your hands who already tried it. Can you? Okay, thank you. And who's about it? Who wants to try Nimbus but don't know about it yet? Maybe. Okay. Give it a try, because I think it's worth it. We released Nimbus in September of 2017, next year. And for this year, Nimbus already found its project in many countries and many projects. But we don't stop development, and we add new features. And already after release, we added, for example, blocks. It's a chain of trips when bus go one side and another side, one side and another side. And once been created, blocks helps to assign units to trips much easier. Also, we introduced locator. It's a specialized interface for passengers. Easy interface where a passenger can see like where the bus is and see stops and routes. And several weeks ago, we had the possibility of integration with stop display. Nimbus is a project where we can try new approaches, and we can learn and get like new technologies and new things in our life. So, for example, not trivial task was to connect Nimbus and Wialon local. It's like a technical problem, but it was not trivial, and we solved it. For solve this problem, we used new approach for data transfer and communication between servers, new for us, for Gurtam. And we done it with use of flespi. Thank you, Aleksey. Flespi is good for this. And for now, Nimbus works with Wialon local 8004. And also, Nimbus, both Nimbus and logistics are free for our partners, for you, I mean. It's separate solutions with like its own, sometimes very specific logic inside it. And while developing it, we, as a development team, learned a lot and understood a lot of things. And I want to share some conclusions with you, because I think they're really, very important. And first conclusion is about that you cannot release a good product not being expert in a correspondence sphere. When we started to work on logistics, we wanted to solve the most basic problems, like the most basic. But it was not enough, and not enough next year after release, we added 14 more updates. And each update added functionality and changed the application. And after a year, it was another application. Not the simple application we wanted it to be in the start of development. Starting to work on Nimbus, we changed our strategy and we planned a time to dive into the topic. Nowadays, we start work on a new project with learning, with diving in topic, and with growing experts. And we start development only when we're ready for it. Another conclusion is about lifespan of application and what time application should live before it will work in real life from the beginning of development. And this period counts in years. For sure, like you can ask why so long? Because for more or less complex application, we, Gurtam, needs about a year for development. And test version is available much earlier, like after 3-6 months. But after this test version, we need months and months of like stable it, add needed functionality, and only after it we can release it. And only after release, your work begins. You have to learn it, you have to test it, you have to try to find customers for it, for testing, and then wait for a real project. And nowadays we encourage you to join testing and learning application as early as possible to make this period shorter and make applications bring your money as early as possible. And we use these conclusions, these new knowledges in our new projects. And now I will tell you about project we are working on now. The first one is new Wialon apps we are working on now, right? First one is about maintenance. Who of you yesterday visited our labs room in office? Anyone? Yeah. Thank you. I think you saw this application yesterday in our office. If not, you have a chance to see it in day after tomorrow. And this application is about fleet management and about maintenance control, like services, periodical services, operational costs, and so on. And also it will have a pretty dashboard with current fleet information and for sure reports for historical data. Who of you interested in such application? Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to announce that we'll start closed beta testing for our Wialon partners. And if you're interested in testing, give us a know. Just leave us your email. We will send you a mail with instruction. Also, we'll write about it on the forum. And for sure, day after tomorrow, visit our office to see it in live. Share your opinion about it and leave some feedback. We believe that this application will help fleet managers to do their work in a better way and make their work more comfortable. And for you, for sure, it's like a new way, maybe a new market. And we want to go there with you together. Another application we are working on now, we are only in the beginning, but it's up for agriculture. It's not a secret that current Wialon functionality covers requirements of agricultural sector only in a small part. And this sphere, agriculture, needs a separate specialized solution. I'm talking about telematic support of telematic control of whole cycle of crops cultivation. Maps history, cultivation, reports, and so on. For now, we are at the stage of gathering requirements and building like our vision, what application should be like. It's only the first step. And as I said earlier, we are now growing experts. And we will start development as soon as we will be ready for it. And you can help us to make this like date sooner. So basically that's all I wanted to say about how the year went and what we've done, what we are going to do in the nearest future. And I want to say that working on our apps, we get information from many sources. But you, all of you, our partners, are main one. And nowadays, here in Minsk, you can influence a lot about what our apps should be like. Today and tomorrow there will be a number of workshops about maintenance app, about Nimbus, about agricultural app. Please join us at these workshops. Come to our place in our office. Leave us some feedback about our applications, or just tell us what applications from Gurtam should be like. Let's together make them better. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aleksey. We almost have no time for questions, but one thing I should tell you. Do you know Wolfgang Busch from Germany?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so he sends you 6 high fives. Shmi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it.
Thank you, Busch.
Yeah, Wolfgang Busch, we are here with you. We have some questions also from this chat. Can you develop something to remove fake data automatically from messages? Please find the team during the coffee breaks and discuss it, or better leave the idea on the forum. We'll find you and we'll try to do everything for you. About the something that is working incorrectly, Timothy from Uganda, please find somebody from our support or contact Aleksey Shmigelski for it. Your problem will be resolved as soon as possible. Then we have a question. Please, what compatibility problems to adapt logistics to Wialon local? I think.
So for now, Wialon, for now, logistics works with local, right?
Yeah. So please, the author, can you raise the hand and like specify what did you mean by saying about the compatibility problems?
Hello.
Yeah.
My question is about the link of Google Map and Wialon local.
Yeah, we know about it and we work on it. And maybe it's a question for a local team or for our team together. The best solution, the best answer for you is visit us on Friday in our office and let's discuss it there.
Okay, Mr. Smir, the same for your question. Please visit this labs workshop about the pricing policy, about connecting Google Maps to logistics, and okay, I'll make it the question very quick. Will logistics app will be able to navigate someone? Because our partner thinks that the only thing left for logistics being perfect is navigation.
I think it's about mobile application.
Yes, yes, sure.
For now, in mobile application, you can like just touch an order, wait a little bit, and then choose any navigator you like. So for now, it works in this way, and I think it will continue working this way. And we have no plans to add another functionality for navigation for now.
Okay, thank you very much. And you have the first volunteer, it's Xavier, to test the new app maintenance.
Thank you.
So
thank you, Xavier.
Find Aleksey and let's give him another round of applause.